Hello and welcome back to GT Retro World. Well, tonight we've got something new for the shack, for the new shack build, should I say. I'm not normally a bit of a desk mic fan. I mean, I've had the MD100 in the past, but I was looking at this. It's the YAESU M-90D. Now, I like the look of it in a way. It looked quite decent. I thought, oh, I'll probably give one of them a go. And I was talking to a local lad, and he said he had one, not exactly for sale, but he had one that he hadn't used, and I just said to him, do you fancy selling it? He said, well, yeah, I suppose you could buy it because I haven't used it. So I thought, right, I was going to buy a new one anyway, so I've saved a couple of quid, and like I say, I've got a almost new microphone, and like I say, it's the YAESU M90 or the M90D. I mean, it says M90 on the side, but obviously it's D on the bottom, so I don't know what the difference between that is. I mean, I think it's something to do with the M90 on its own can be used with like a boom as well as, and I think the D is obviously this part, which is obviously for the desk mount, as far as I'm aware anyway. I think that's the way it works, because like I say, there's two versions of this. Anyway, it feels alright, but like I say, I just thought that the MD100 and the likes of the ICOM SM20s were felt a bit more substantial build. I mean, this here, this is actually plastic, and so is this body, you know, and that was a bit of a shock really. But I tell you what is nice, the PTT button is absolutely beautiful. Now I'll read off what it says here. It reckons, let me have a little look, it's something to do with some air pipes or something. Right, the PTT of the M90D, which obviously the desk version, uses 3 air cylinder tubes similar to the reference microphone M1. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull this apart while I'm talking to you now, and I'm just going to have a little see what the quality feels like, you know. I'll just pull this out of here. It uses a modular design, a bit like the MD100, where you can modular one side and spin it around, and so you can shove it in the back of there with the 8-pin and straight into a modular sort of type set, or you can pull that out and go from modular to your 8-pin. So it'll work with basically most YAESUs. I think the older ones you're going to have to power it like, but other than that, I don't think it's nothing rocket science, to be honest. Oh, those feel good. Now there's a bit of weight in them. Them grub screws are all that on. Yeah, there's a bit of weight in them, alright. But yeah, let's have a little look here. I like to pull things apart. We want to know what we're messing with here, don't we, guys? You know, if it feels shit, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to ask about. There's no point. No, that is lighter than what I thought, that. But I like the shape of it, you know. It's got a nice little, yeah, it's got a bit of a nice shape to that. Yeah, do you know what, let me just move that camera on a bit. That's better, isn't it? I've got too much of that. I don't know why the boom's showing a lot tonight. Anyway, yeah, so that's the modular socket on the back, as you can see there. And yeah, it says the M90 on the side, so like I say, this can be used on like a boom, I think, as far as I'm aware, and it comes in like another kit. But yeah, it's dynamic microphone, which I prefer really, you know. I'm not big on all this messing about. I mean, I'm using a boom mic here and a fancy mic for what I'm filming here, but to be honest, I don't know, it seems a bit of a chew on to set up a radio, doesn't it? Maybe it's just me being lazy. Probably is anyway, to be honest. But yeah, I tell you what, we're going to have a little look behind here. They reckon this can't be removed, but if it spins, look, it's going to be able to remove, isn't it? That's for sure. So let's have a little look here, what's going on in here. What the heck? It's mine now anyway, isn't it? Have a look. Oh well, oh, that looks nice inside of there. Actually, that element looks quite small inside, isn't it? You know, have a look at that there, look, guys. You can see the element. Spin around a little bit. I don't know if you can get right in there. I won't go too crazy. You see inside, it's like a small element. But apparently, you've got to be head on with this, like most of these type of things. I mean, the mic I'm using now above my head, that's basically right at me noggin. I should have said my mouth, but yeah, that looks. It's quite nice, but like I say, it is plasticky. It's not like, doesn't feel substantial like the earlier stuff did, but it's got a nice size to it, you know, and that shield's quite nice. It feels. I mean, obviously, I'd hope that's replaceable. It's meant to come on. I've got like a little ridge in there, so that's meant to come on and off. There's no problem there. I mean, some reckon that it wasn't meant to come off, but that just flew on and off there, that without any problem whatsoever. Anyway, let's get back down to here. We don't want to lose these little washers here, do we, Neil, you silly sausage? Anyway, we'll put that back on there. So that's, yeah. Right, okay, let's have a look at this. Ooh, that's plastic. That's plastic. That's a surprise. Yeah, so this whole base is plastic. Apart, well, I tell that the bottom isn't, but this is plastic. But that PTT switch is absolutely. That feels. I can't even. I'll hold it close to the mic, and that mic is very sensitive above my head. Yeah, that is actually quite. That is impressive. That. There's a bit of the base if you want to have a little look at that, guys. I'll show you the bottom as well. It's got a low cut switch on the bottom. You see that there? I think it's been out. Has it been out about a year, this microphone? I'm not too sure. Like I say, I'm new. I'm almost new, back new to the hobby, aren't I? So we put that back on there, so that fits on there. So that's quite substantial. That nut, not wing nut. That nut, like, yeah, it feels quite substantial. And we'll put this back on here. So all that we've got on there, we'll put that back on there. Yeah, it feels. I was expecting it to be metal. I should have said aluminium. To be honest, that's what I actually thought. But everything's at a price these days, isn't it? Really, you know. I mean, the mic above my head's aluminium. I just thought like normal ham stuff as a rule is like pretty substantial, but so it's so there's that anyway. But yeah, it feels quite good. I'll let you have another look round that, guys, and I'll spin around slowly and let you have a little look. It's got a professional look to it. I mean, for the price, I think it retails at $179. It's probably similar in dollars. Pounds and dollars at the moment are quite similar, aren't they, to be honest? Might be a little bit cheaper in dollars, but they're very similar as far as I'm aware. Like, but we'll give it a go. I mean, good. The great thing about the FTdx10, it's got a lot of good EQ settings on it. Saying that, it took me forever to get that right over the standard hand mic, so it's going to be a nightmare getting this set up, isn't it? Really, you know, because I like the sound. Like I like a good bit of clout without sounding stupidly over deviating, and it looks decent enough. I'll read a bit of the spec out to you. Like I say, I've just got it, so it's, you know, supply voltage is DC 5 volts, which is obvious. Well, it's obvious it's DC, but I wasn't. Yeah, 5 volts anyway. Consumes 15 milliamps. That's off your radio, obviously. And it's a dynamic mic, which I've explained that. And the frequency response was actually quite surprising. It's like from 30 to 17,000 hertz, which I thought was that's quite deep, isn't it? To be honest, that's going to be it's going to be quite interesting. That it's 600 ohms, which is about normal, isn't it, with these things, and it weighs 530 grams. That's without the cable, so it claims. I mean, is it worth the money? Probably. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how it sounds. To be honest, I've been busy this week, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to run them back to back with a few locals. I'll try and get the EQ the best I can. I've got the EQ bang on at the moment on this little thing on the hand mic. You know, it sounds, to me, everyone reckons it sounds great, but I'll get it somewhere near, get the EQ bang on this to how I want to sound, you know what I mean? We'll see how we get on with that, and I'll come back to you in a couple of weeks. Like I say, I still haven't give a verdict on the FTdx10 probably ever, but by God, it's a nice set, that, like. It is really nice to, oh man, the DNR on that is just like, I didn't expect it, because like I say, I've had YAESUs in the past years ago, and like The 950, everyone thought the 950 was a cracking set, the FT950, and I didn't like that at all. It just sounded boxy, like everyone's head was stuck on the drain pipe, and maybe it's just my ears, but I could hear it. I didn't like it. Then I got the FT2000, and I never got on with that either. I thought it was very similar, and I just give up using noise reductions until I got this. And like I say, I was pleasantly surprised how well it sounds. It just sounds almost like you got rid of the noise, but the audio stays the same. You know, it's that good. So what the challenge is now is to get this set up with that, you know, and see how it sounds. I'm hoping this will do the job, because I don't want to start messing about with booms and stuff, you know. I mean, everyone I know has got them. They're running booms and mixers and stuff, and I can't be arsed, you know what I mean? It's took me all my time to get back into the hobby again, do you know what I mean? So I don't want to go down that bloody route. Not yet anyway. I hope not, you know. If I'd have bought new, would I have been disappointed? I have no idea, because I haven't heard it. Would I be disappointed in the build? Maybe a tad. I wasn't expecting plastic. I thought this body might have been aluminium. Same as the actual desktop part of it, you know. This bit, it's plastic. It's got a nice grip on there, mind you, on the PTT, and I like to say the PTT is probably the best I've ever felt. That is really slick, you know. I mean, obviously it's with them air pipes or whatever they call the bloody things, you know. So I don't know, I'd say it's probably worth it, you know. I'm not too sure. The new M70, I don't know whether that's aluminium or not. It looks alloy, but I could be wrong. I'm not too sure, because I was going to get the M70, but like I say, with Mickey coming up trumps with this, it's worked out quite well, you know. So I've saved a little bit anyway on it, and it's still new. Anyway, guys, on that note, do you know I've overshot this a while, haven't I? Only talking about a stupid microphone, and I haven't even tried it yet. Jesus Christ. So on that note, I don't think there's anything else I want to explain, to be honest, about it. Let me just have a look. Is there anything I've missed out? Alright, there is actually a few bits here, you know. Right, I'll tell you what, I want to go through this here. I'll go through the description, and then we'll let you go. The M-90D utilises a dynamic microphone element that is finely tuned to deliver a rich, low to mid frequency response, desirable for a clear and concise conversation. There you go. Using a windscreen cover and a directional microphone element, which I've explained, this apparently is really directional. The structure of the microphone is designed to concentrate voice input in from the front while reducing ambient noise from either side, which again, it's the same thing really, isn't it? It's compatible with all most HF YAESU transceivers. I explained about the air cylinder tubes, which is the same as the reference model, which is about, I think it's £300 or £400 or something like that, same in dollars near enough. Yeah, a simple one-touch PTT key lock button is placed directly above the PTT key for those long rag shoes. Can you imagine that with me now, just locking it and just talking? That'd be like me, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah, it'd probably suit me, that, the way I bloody talk. But yeah, it is what it is really. I haven't missed anything out. It's just, like I say, I've literally just got this, guys, so it's fresh, and I've been busy all week, so I haven't had a chance to do anything real fancy. Not that I do anything fancy anyway, but I'll give you a look around it, and you've had a look, you know, you get the idea of it. I've told you what it is. This, I mean, like I say, the biggest disappointment to me is the body of the microphone's plastic. This bracket is plastic, and so is the body of the desk part is plastic. Obviously underneath it's metal, and it's cool, you know what I mean? So and that's about it really. Anyway, guys, I tell you what, I'll have a little box, and I want to go. I'll let you crack on, because I'll be boring you now. There's a bit on the side, that's the model. I'll tell you one thing though, the box is nice. You could stand on that. Believe me, you could. Honestly, that box is impressive, to say the least. Right, guys, anyway, I still haven't got an antenna up, you know. Well, I have, but it's just not doing what I need. I've got an order coming in with a few bits and bobs and a temporary mast, to be honest. It's 33-foot push up and it locks and whatnot, and it's going to do for now until I get sorted out. And yeah, that's about it, guys, really. Anyway, guys, right, on that note, I want to let you crack on. And don't forget, and as I thought, it's bank holiday weekend. So you guys take it easy and have a nice, enjoyable but safe bank holiday weekend. And if you don't mind, a thumbs up wouldn't go amiss, and a subscribe to the channel would be much appreciated. And I do appreciate every last one, you know, guys, every last one, so bear that in mind. Right, okay guys, have a great weekend and we'll catch you later. Bye for now.